Welcome back to Java 1. Okay, exercise Unit 6, Exercise 3 requires us to write an application using the starter code even entry loop. And you click the link to download it. It asks the user to type an even number on the sentinel value 999 to stop. So when the user types an even number, display the message "Good job," then ask for another input. When the user types an odd number, display an error message and then ask for another input. And when the user types a sentinel value 999, end the program. So what are we doing? So you click that and it downloads import Java util scanner, public class entry loop. Then it tells you declare the variables, get the initial user input, start your while loop here, and place your loop logic here. So you copy this. Then you go to JGrasp, and you go File, New, Java, get it open, and you go paste your code in there. Okay, ready to go. We already have the import Java utility scanner. We already have the name of the class here, so I'm going to save this. I'm going to push the save button. And it gives me entry loop Java, and I'm saving it in my documents. That's fine. If you want to save it someplace else, just locate it here and just click save. So we're going to go into our main section here, and we're going to put in our variables. So on line 6, I'm going to erase that, and I'm going to type in here int number. My first variable is going to be a number, what the user is going to give me. Okay, my second is going to be a string. We'll call this variable entry. And we'll have another variable called message. We might as well put them on the same line since they're both strings. I'm going to have an integer called quit, and I'm going to call it 999. It's going to be final because it's not going to change. So I can call this final. It's always going to be the same. Okay, so it's int. And what do we do with something that never changes? We put it in all caps. We call it quit. So when it's time to quit, we're gonna put in 999. So put it equals 999. So now we're going to ask the user to enter an even number, or type in 999 to quit. So all right, so how do we do this? So we system.out.print, of course. Gotta have a capital S. And so what are we saying? We're asking them to enter an even number. So it's quotation marks. Or what? So the number is 99. So it's going to be, so we'll be calling 9999 quit, right? So I add that. That's going to print 9999, right? The space to quit. Okay, so end this. So whatever they're going to enter, I'm going to put into entry. So it's input next line. So whatever they type in here is going to be input. It's a string, right? But we want to parse that, what they put in, as a number. So, you know, a string is a string, an integer is an integer. So number is equal to integer dot parse int entry. So whatever the entry is here is going to be turned into a number by parsing it into an integer. That's what we're doing here. And we're putting this value into this number. We couldn't do that before because it's a string. So we just use a temporary variable entry, and then we just parse it as a number. I'm going to erase this. Tells us to start our while loop. Okay, so while what? As long as the number isn't quit. As long as the number isn't 9999, right? Well, number, the explanation point equals, that's not equals, quit, which is your 999, right? This is a while loop, so I'm going to have to put a block here. So the while loop logic, it goes in here, okay? I always have the practice, if I put in a opening curly brace, I put in a closing curly brace as well. Move this where it's supposed to be. So there's two situations here. Either the number is even or it's odd, right? So the remainder when you divide the number by 2 is equal to 0. You just give them a message, good job, right? So let's do that. If number and the remainder is the division remainder, always is the percentage key. Okay, divide by division remainder, divide by 2 and get the remainder is equal to. Now we're checking what's on the left with what's on the right. We're comparing. So it's a 2 equals, okay? Is it equal to 2? Is that true? If it's true, we're going to give the message. See, here's the message here. We'll type in good job. Now the other situation is odd number, right? So that's an else. So what's that message? So we're going to type in what number they gave us. And we're going to put in a quotation mark space. Is not an even number. So I got my two messages. If the number is even, we're going to say good job. If that's not right, we're going to say it's not an even number. So we're going to system out the message. We're going to print it out to them now. So print what? Print the message. Either it's a good job or it's not an even number. So now what do I want them to do? I want them to enter an even number or quit. So we're going to be writing the same thing as we did over here. So we're just copying this. So I'm just going to highlight this. I'm going to copy it. I paste it on line 19. So now I grab entry again and number. So I'm going to grab this line in the next one. And paste them in there. So let's put this to the test. See if we did everything right. Compile it. Okay, it's telling me it's a semicolon. It's not a semicolon. So I make sure that I have typed these right. Now I clear this again. And I run this section. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to do my scanner input is equal to scanner new system in up at the top here, right above my int number. So let me add that. Yeah, I'm using the scanner to get the user entry. I need this line. It's telling me I haven't declared input. So input is, you know, what the user is going to put in. Okay, that's a big mistake. Okay, I'm going to save it again. I'm going to clear this again and let me compile it again. Everything compiles, and let's make sure everything runs. Enter an even number or 999 to quit. So I'm going to put in here 17. 17 is not an even number, so it's telling me to do this again. I'm going to add a space in here. Period here. Add a space. Okay, how about up here? Add a space in here, just so it looks right down here. Okay, so I'm going to save this. Put 26. Good job. Enter an even number or 999 to quit. 999. I'll put enter. There you go. It's all ready. So I'm going to copy this. Right click copy. I'm going to pull up a notepad. Of course, you can always go into Word and copy it into Word if you'd rather. And I right click paste in there. I go file, save as. This one's called even entry loop.java. So I'll just type it in there. Even entry loop.java. And I'll save it, and it's all ready to put in the Dropbox. That's it.